Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and people who still remember Big Bully Busick. This is the Wrestling Man coming at you with another Raw recap, this time with the Fallout of Survivor Series. And it's emanating live from Providence, Rhode Island, and of course it's the new era of John Cena. Yay. Anyway, so yes, the era of John Cena begins with, who else, of course? McMahon. Shane McMahon zooms in on his pretty sweet ride, actually. And he gives it to Crime Time to Park, obviously showing he knows nothing about them. Hangs his coat on Dolph Ziggler's hand, which was pretty funny. And then just does that idiotic dance, which if I see that dance one more time, I'm going to take a Triple H sledgehammer through my television. I am not kidding. Seriously, I'm getting fed up with that. I'm not here for like 8 years. Okay, enough's enough. Ugh. Anyway, he announces that there's 2 wrestlers with a rematch clause. Obviously, Batista and Chris Jericho. So he puts them in a match tonight to determine who the number 1 contender will be. But then all of a sudden, Buzz Killington herself, Stephanie McMahon, interrupts and says that Randy Orton also has a good point and should be given the shot as well, so she inserts him in the triple threat match. This leads to an argument with Shane and Stephanie, blah, 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 blah. Same old shit, just different year, yada, yada, yada. And it ends up with Shane getting a good jab in there saying, oh, so you want to run Raw so you can sleep with another wrestler and get him to the top? Ow! That's all I can say. But then she slaps Shane. Shane says, okay, I'll watch you run Raw. Why don't you run it right into the ground? So yeah, we get Stephanie running Raw. Seriously, if I had to choose between the 2 of them, I would not choose Stephanie. Okay, at least Shane is somewhat tolerable. Okay, there's nothing about Stephanie that I can tolerate anymore. I'm sick of her. Okay, seriously. Anyway, moving on. Rematch from last week, which I definitely wanted to see. Miz and John Morrison against Rey Mysterio and Shawn Michaels. I've been looking forward to this one, to seeing these 4 go at it again ever since last week. This one was actually slightly better than last week, which I also thought was an excellent match. Not a classic or anything, but, regardless, still just great fun between 4 talented wrestlers, if you ask me. The Miz, I gotta say this, has really come a long way. I used to think the guy was unbearable when he first came into the company. Now, I can't get enough of him. Anyway, at first I was a little scared. I thought Shawn was going to try to get 2 jobs for the price of 1 after beating Morrison at the Survivor Series the night before. But that's not what happened. Actually, Ray got the win with the powerbomb off the top rope on The Miz. I thought the build-up to the ending was kind of anticlimactic, but still, really good match. After the match, Morrison administers a post-match beatdown on Michaels. I think a feud between these 2 would just be amazing. But all of a sudden, JBL comes out, and he hits Morrison. Yeah, and Shawn has a, of course, befuddled look on his face, so JBL walks away, and Gresham catches up with him, and JBL says, I made an offer to HBK, which he should be inclined to accept, and that's just a sign of good faith. Huh. Well, at least they're trying to make this angle seem like something, but come on. I don't want to see this feud, really. I just don't. After the chemistry that Morrison and Michaels have shown together in the last couple of weeks, I think a feud between those 2 would be something I think would do wonders for John Morrison's career, personally, because, seriously, the guy has the attributes of a future champion. He just needs some big wins under his belt, seriously. Alright, next up, Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy returns to the WWE, promoting his straight-to-DVD video, Behind Enemy Lines, something or other, blah, 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 blah. And he conducts this weird fan survey, which he asks which superstar best resembles or has the attributes of Barack Obama. Okay, then. Don't know what the point of that was. Next up, we got an Intercontinental title tournament tonight. Winner of the tournament will end up being the number 1 contender for Regal. Trying to make the Intercontinental title seem something. Good idea. Making it as a shameless plug for the new DVD that just came out. Maybe a good idea as well, but really just means the motives of this tournament aren't really for the wrestlers, it's just for the DVD. Anyway, without the shameless plugging, I mean, really. I mean, granted that, the history of the championship one did pretty well, so why wouldn't this one? This one has tremendous lineup on it. Really. I'll give a review of it when I watch all of it. I haven't watched all of it yet. But, yes, so the first match is Kofi Kingston versus the big red douchebag, Kane. And, of course, hey, guess what? Kane gets protected. Kofi wins by DQ after Kane stretches him out over a post. Why the fuck are they still protecting Kane? I don't get it. That 1 week Bray is kicking his ass, and the next week they're protecting him. And Kofi is taking a beating. 1 week they're pushing Kofi. The next week he's taking a beating from every talent in the company. Somebody please tell me why. I don't get it. So even after Kane loses, Stephanie McMahon comes down and says to him, well, you can keep beating on Kofi or you can beat on John Cena next week. Who the fuck cares if Kane fights John Cena? I know I don't. Okay, again, I'm sorry if I'm sounding like I'm trying to speak for every fan out there, but if the ratings are any indication these days, I don't think a match like this would necessarily help. Okay? I just hate Kane. I really do. I cannot stand the guy. Okay, and why is he even getting a non-title match with the champion? I mean, non-title matches are supposed to constitute as a potential top contender. At least that's what they used to mean. A potential top contender would fight the champ in a non-title match and would, if they got a win or did well, would get a future shot. What has Kane done to earn even a non-title match? He's lost to Ray 3 times. He's just lost to Kofi by DQ. Why? I really don't get it, and that's just not a match I'm clamoring to see. So, fuck you, WWE. Fuck you. Okay, next up. Triple threat match for the number one contendership. Batista, Randy Orton, and Chris Jericho. Good match. Nothing mind-blowing or anything, but the three of them worked well together. Jericho gets the win after Batista hits a spear on Orton, and he kicks Batista off of him, and Jericho covers for the 1, 2, 3. So Chris Jericho and Cena again at Armageddon. Okay. I guess it's fine. All right, moving on. Sorry about that. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all the times, Santino Marella, along with Beth Phoenix, that was already standing in the ring, and Santino complains about being left off the History of the Intercontinental Championship DVD and left out of the tournament, and rightfully so. I'm still upset about that last week. Why is he, when did house shows mean dick? Seriously, these days. Sad to say, but they don't mean dick anymore, so stop trying to make it sound like they do. So yeah, Santino says he has backup, and of course we think he's going to say Beth Phoenix, but instead he names his 2 biceps after 2 Italian guys. Pretty funny stuff. His opponent is Goldust, making his in-ring return. Goldust wins cleanly. Yeah, I know. Cleanly. Why? My only hope is this leads to a feud with Cody Rhodes. I think that would be really. I think that would generate some pretty good fan interest, personally. Again, I'm not going to say it's going to draw millions of dollars or anything like that, but still, for a nice mid-card feud for Cody to get moving along, I think it's perfect. Okay, next up. Okay, also next up, Randy Orton is walking backstage and runs into Manu and Cody, and they just kind of stare at each other, and Randy walks away. Okay, look, I'm all for building up feuds for a while and whatnot.